everyone, JSD Cool here, and welcome to another episode of Cool Craft Season 1 World Tour. Today is episode 51 and World Tour Part 3. Okay, stop. Just stop.
Okay.
And so, today we are starting here in the Nether Hub. Wow, immature, okay. Anyhow, so yeah, this is the Nether Hub, which I built ages ago. I did have a plan to replace it with something different. However, that ended up being too close to the end of the season, and I needed to focus on my base, and nobody else was essentially ready to do so. So, this is the... Stop. Just stop.
I want to hit you.
So, this is essentially the Nether Hub we got. We got some Nether portals here, which are slightly labeled, and it's a big open space. That's about all I can say for it, apart from the fact that the iron farm has its storage right above it, as that just happens to be where I built the iron farm. So we got like after one night of AFKing, I tried AFKing again, and we got that much iron. So iron golems suffocate inside this chamber here all the time. Yeah, but so yeah. That is essentially all that the Nether Hub is good for, and all that we need to mention of it. But now let's mention the Nether tunnels to my base.
There are
two total.
Two total, but one had a couple iterations.
Yeah, one had a couple iterations and stuff. So let's start out first by showing the ice tunnel, which we are not actually going to go down because I just don't feel like it. Actually, wait, it wasn't.
It was there at one point.
It was there at one point. It was right here. Beep. So yeah, this was the original entrance to the Nether tunnel, and then this was actually the original start of the Nether tunnel here. Before I close it off, because this is originally where the edge of the new Nether tunnel was gonna go, or Nether hub even. It goes down this way, and it's a nice tunnel, blue ice for that matter, all the way to my base.
And there was a point out here eventually
which we can actually show the actual, what the tunnel is actually now, because it got shortened up a bit. They're gonna come out, or you?
I gotta get there.
Come on. Anyhow, so yeah, you can just hear like the iron farm up there ticking away. Okay, you're just gonna go out there, okay? Anyhow, so if we come down this way, we'll see that I actually did this because of what I was planning, and this is now where the ice tunnel is and / ends. So now instead of that, we're gonna be taking the glass tunnel here, which essentially jump-started our economy on the server.
What economy?
And so this giant glass tunnel, I built it by hand. In fact, I have a scoreboard value of how much glass each player placed in the season. So
I placed a decent amount of glass,
but I remember the amount of glass that I placed was ridiculous for this tunnel. And once we get to the end here in my personal Nether Hub, which I also built, yeah, I'll show you. And the reason why I built this is because I wanted a flying tunnel. I also wanted to get the economy going, and I didn't know what to build with glass because, I mean, I just thought of a stupid project, and that was this. And so yeah, this is my personal. So let's schedule, not schedule. I hate that command. Schedule, scoreboard, objectives, set place, sidebar for glass P. So here you can see all the glass that people have placed from when I installed this thing. So I have placed 43,000 glass blocks over this entire season. Wow. Golden Creeper has placed 5,000 glass.
How has he placed that much
Jared
glass?
Cool has placed one. He has like a lot of glass things in his base. Jared Cool has placed also Biodome.
Right, that thing.
Also, Jared Cool has placed 1,000 glass blocks, and the other guy has placed 31 glass blocks.
31. You want to go to the place outside your basement?
Anyhow, so now we are going to be showing the gold farm, which we built up here, which Jared Cole built the world's worst staircase, which I'm going to be removing, as it doesn't belong.
I want to walk up to the stairs. Like it wants.
I never built a final tunnel to that, and for me personally, flying or enderpearling has been enough, so and it's my base and my stuff, okay? I can decide.
But it's a public farm, though.
But still private drops, so... I also almost single-handedly built this farm. It's an Il Mango design, so you know it's gonna be good. And this is it. Oh yeah, there's like a lot of XP and stuff that's kind of still in the farm. This is it. I've used it a lot to repair my stuff, and it's the best XP farm by far on the server. Now, for my base. As we're going south to north, as I said. We did take a little bit of deviation by doing the big city and stuff first, but my base is like the furthest south of everything, of all the farms and stuff that I have built.
Oh, it's the furthest south of your other farms. I thought we'd go elsewhere first then.
Yep. And so this is my nether portal.
Oh, and you left the nether when we could have just gone to a thing in the nether.
What do you mean? To get to my base?
That thing?
My base?
That big orange thing?
That's later! There's no nether portal to that anyway.
Exactly, that's why I thought we'd do it first. It would make more sense to do it first.
So yeah, this is my base, that was my nether portal room, and then this is essentially the super smelter room in my base. Originally, however, this room was supposed to be my turtle farm, but then it ended up not working and collecting the scoop for some reason, and so it just turned into my super smelter room. So I built my super smelter here. This was never actually supposed to be a final area that you were supposed to get, but after I installed my kelp farm and put the storage for the dried kelp down here, it essentially did become. I might, for the final world download, actually close it up, but it's essentially here. So that's that. And then out here is my storage system, which is big. I must say, big. It has a lot of things in it, and has shulker box loaders for the important things. You know, stone, cobblestone, diorite, andesite, granite, not dirt and grass for some reason. Next season, though. But this was originally the storage system for my crop farms and such. Which, I mean, has all its storage and stuff here. Which was originally in chests here, if you look at some of my first episodes, but I moved it here, and then eventually expanded out for that. Also over here is my AFK fish farm, storage for the AFK fish farm. And then my mob farm storage, which is the only place that actually still carries the original style that I was going to try to push for my base. Which is pretty interesting. I just never fixed that. Sleep!
What was your original style going to be?
Anyhow. So, now this is the top of my base. Now, one of the first major things I built here was my mob farm.
Which is kind of clogged up thanks to some spiders.
Yeah, hold on. I installed a system to deal with those recently. I didn't mention it on camera because it was unnecessary. But, if you just flick this lever here, it'll kill whatever is standing in front of the dispensers. Say, spiders. Even though it apparently wastes most of the arrows. Yeah. Alright, yeah, that's my mob farm. Let's not. So this is my original storage system here, which I for some reason never took down. It was a pretty decent, and I'll probably make it as a starter storage system next season as well. This is my enchantment table and my nano farm here, which was a 1.13 design. I'm not even sure if it works in 1.14 or if there's different things because of pistons and such. This here was my egg farm for a little while I was planning to go place 1,000,000 eggs in the golden creeper space, which I still did eventually. Here's a bell, which I don't know why I have a bell here, to be honest. Which, and there's a wandering trader set, because they're, you know, attracted to the bell. Here's my tree farm, which I built back in October, because I do remember when I built this thing. This was a 1.13, so I had a giant TNT blast chamber, plus the, actual tree farm here, which is supposed to eliminate all drops. It's a little bit broken with the sapling drops in 1.14 because they drop sticks now, which kind of clogs up the system. And so that is essentially a problem, although it does run a lot faster in 1.14, I must say. And there's a little remnants of a mushroom there. Then we have over here, which this has ended up being where my sugarcane farm got planted. I know there's a lot of empty space in my city here, as I discussed in my last normal episode, but I'm not dealing with that. This here essentially goes all the way down to the bottom of the world where my meat farm is. I eventually closed that off because it overflowed its storage and I didn't feel like doing anything else to it. This here is the condos, which I originally asked the Golden Creeper to build, but was eventually built by Jaredy Cool.
Yep, it just finished it, sort of.
Just finished it, and it actually looks pretty nice. And then here we have the downtown area.
We're not going to look at the inside of it because it's like the only inside-ish decorated.
Yeah. And so this here is the downtown area of my base where we have lots of skyscrapers. One of which actually has a semi-functional interior, which is where all my villagers ended up being. I decided not to do anything with them because by the time it was worth it to do stuff with 1.14, the season was coming close to end. Although this guy here is an efficiency 4 villager, and I do have some storage for emeralds and etc. right back here from before I built this building. And then I have some materials from building local buildings here. And besides that, there's a few other things that we should see about my base. First of all, there's tons of beacons everywhere, because my base has almost perfect beacon coverage.
Almost.
Here is my dual concrete converter, which I should make a tutorial for.
The far end of the condos, I really don't get them.
It can support 2 players converting concrete at the same time, which could be super useful if you have like a joint base or something, or have absurd amounts of concrete that you want to get through in little time. I've used this thing a lot since 1.14, and I'm glad I built it. Next, over here we have my ideas board, which you can see everything that I actually kind of finished here. Yeah. Here we have my barber shop, which I built recently. It's essentially my sheep farm. And we've essentially gotten up to here since I built this thing. Nice! And then, finally, we have Cool Bros Incorporated, which I built ages ago as a shroud for my iron farm. Which is the premise behind his height, size, and etc. etc. So you can see the original iron farms, and this was before 1.14, so you know. They still work. And I think I've actually furnished almost every floor in a recent episode. So this is the city planning office, which has my base map in it. I do gotta update it to get rid of that sheep farm there. I don't think there's much else that I gotta do though. Next up, we have Mob Spawn Incorporated, which has an office here. See shelves of mod heads, an ideas board, and an actual desk. And finally, on top of this, we have the CBI secretary, which there are 5 computers here for some reason. Elevators to get you up to the top. And once you're here, you go all the way up, and you're at the office, which I didn't really do too much decorating. I was originally going to make some sort of ceiling up there, but I just didn't. It's pretty self-explanatory what happened to that. Anyhow, that is essentially it for what I wanted to show for my base. Once the well downloads up, you can explore my base, look around, see what's what. I probably missed a lot, but now we are going to quickly go show a couple of things. Oh yeah, this is my kelp farm, by the way. Show a couple of the things that are near my base, but don't have nether access, so it would be impractical for us to get them. So off this way, if I let the world load, or just charge into it to force it to load, that would work too. We have my trident farm, where I've gotten this trident and a few others. So yeah, that's that. And then if we continue going... Am I going in the right direction? No, I'm not. Okay. If I continue going in this direction, I will eventually go northeast. Northeast. I will eventually make it to my super smelter, which uses these bamboo...
It's southwest.
Which uses southwest, whatever. Which uses zero-tick bamboo farms to, essentially fuel it. And it's very nice. That's all I have to say about it. I spent a whole episode building this. Go check that out if you really want to know more.
This is where I got a lot of sand from at one point.
Oh, that's where I got a lot of sand from at one point. You might have dug some there, but that's essentially where I got my sand from.
Ooh, should we also look at the place where the,
Oh yeah, we can go view where the airport was supposed to go, but never did. So over here was where the airport was supposed to go. It never ended up going. Funny.
Yeah. What is that? Oh, that's to help us get...
We have a TNT duper up here to try to remove this hill here, and a bit of other stuff. But that's a product. That's
something we did. We actually went and put stone over the whole thing.
Some storage there, and that's pretty much it for my base and things immediately around my base. Now, let's go look at farms and stuff that I have built near my base in the Nether, or just in general from the Nether perspective. So we already showed the gold farm, and now we're going to show something that I was really kind of proud of, which is Nembomb's Nether Fortress Farm.
Psycraft is a great thing.
So, this here is the Nether Fortress Farm over this way. As you can see, I have spawning sphere radiuses here. Tell me where mobs can and can't spawn about it. I also have a giant spawn-proof area of buttons, to make this farm work well. And down here you can see my storage. I'm not going to go through it because that would take a while.
This is ridiculous area of buttons, but yeah.
So you can find this place via these spears if you want. But this is essentially where I've gotten the wither skulls for my beacons. I'm super proud of building this farm as well. So up here's the actual farm itself. Nothing can spawn around the area, so we're completely safe essentially up here. See, we got blazes and all that. There's a piece of fire there which I gotta remove. Okay, never mind. And that's essentially the Wither Fortress farm. Wither Fortress farm. New structures now. Now I'm going to take you. I don't know what I'm doing here. Over towards an area that I was also semi-recently on YouTube, which is the Guardian Farm, which I recently remodeled to a better design by e51, who, by the way, does not have a tutorial, and I expertly copied the farm from the Hermitcraft video where he built it, and it works great. So maybe I should make a tutorial of this farm for him. Sorry.
I was flying. I just landed on the bridge, then it knocks me off the bridge, and then I go falling down.
All right. So yeah, this is it. We have this is the storage room essentially, and up here we can actually is where the ocean monument actually is. Technically, around the edge you can see a failed design, which used to probably work great in 1.13, but something happened where the center of the monument probably spawns more than the edges and all. So I ditched that and went with this design. As you can see, it is majorly
How do you get up above now?
You gotta fly. There's no option. You just fly. Yeah, this is that. You got the Guardians dropping down. And then, yeah, that's that. You can go down here to the killing chamber, but I don't feel like it because it's not much special. Yeah, that is the Guardian Farm. Moving on. Ding, ding.
Opening. Hi.
Alright. So...
Mesa?
Yes, so now we are going to quickly view the Mesa biome. I've made like a time-lapse or two from here of me gathering some materials. It's essentially where we got all the cyan terracotta from that my base was largely made out of at first, but I switched to gray concrete because it was easier to obtain. This is where I originally did a lot of terracotta mining. After I got that beacon installed, this is where I did my mining. And for reference, this was on the surface when I placed this beacon in. I've mined out that much terracotta. Also, the last time I was over here, a pillager patrol spawned in over this way, and it's I actually did, I think, catch it in a time lapse. So that was interesting. Yeah.
Nice big mesa as well.
Yeah, it's a very big mesa. It's just north of my base, actually. So yeah, that's the mesa.
Well, I think we call it north, but I think the game calls it... Oh no, it is north.
Next is Squid Farm.
So how do we get to this one?
It's technically off a separate bridge. So, this nether portal was originally made for the ice spikes biome, at which I essentially built the Squid Farm. And was the original source of packed ice before I just discovered that I could just go and grind up. Before I discovered that I could just go grind up a glacier, like a frozen ocean, and that would be way more efficient. So yeah, this is where I originally got packed ice from. Let's just sleep here quickly. But not to mention, this is also my Squid Farm, so where I got ink sacs from. It was a pain to build, and I may or may not have gone into creative to build a bunch of it. But yeah, I think some of the minecarts got stuck for some stupid reason in the end. I know I took all the drops. Hold up. Actually, no, all the minecarts are right here, but they would get stuck at the end, I believe.
19 minutes.
Okay. So yeah, that is the Squid Farm, and now we are going to go to someplace that is eerily close, or semi-close in the overworld, that does have another portal connection that was in a very recent episode of Coolcraft. I know, because I built it recently. Just this direction in the overworld. Dirty Cool can probably take the nether if he does Can't see the fly.
Still don't know where that other farm is, so I'm going right to this farm.
So, okay. I'm flying. By the way, in the nether this takes, or in the overworld this is taking forever at the moment. I'm not actually too sure as to where it is, so I'm just gonna take my... Oh, here it is! So we are here, and we can see a pillager with glowing? Or is that a villager with glowing? I can't tell.
Down below?
Oh no, that's Charity Cool with glowing. You actually did get there quickly in the nether, that's a surprise.
Because I didn't go from the other place. I went right from the mesa.
So, yeah, actually this was quite dangerous. As there was a lot of pillagers around. So... Hold up. Hold up. Stop! Great, now we gotta like, do a raid. There we go. So there!
I don't see a raid beacon.
Oh, I thought that guy had a flag on it. Whatever. So yeah, this is my raid farm storage, and we saw the raid farm up there. There's a lot of beacons around to make sure this place is affected. Like, I mean, I could quickly show the world tour all the totems of undying and stuff that I got. This is a very nice farm, actually. And yeah, that's essentially gonna be it. So yeah, that's essentially it for this. Okay, back to the nether. Yes, and we are running up very short on time for this video, and it is essentially an hour in the world tour, if not more already, which I've chunked up into 3 episodes for you guys. So now, if we just fly directly this direction, we will run into another nether portal, which is really close. There it is. Told you it was close. This is the nether portal for the witch farm, which I did lots of episodes on because of breaking and glitches with lighting and then eventually I think the design I settled on in the end doesn't actually work correctly either. Like spiders and witches and stuff don't go well together. And oh yeah, there's some pillagers over there. I don't know how they have not despawned, but you're hearing the sound of witches that have not fallen down walking in between floors right now, guys. That's how broken this farm ends up being. And I did try to spawn-proof this area too after I redid this thing for the first time. Okay, hold up. Let me grab the button from locally so I can flush all these freaking witches. Come on. Okay, well, I'm not here to show you guys the witch farm in particular. Well, I am. Well, yeah, this is kind of broken. And down there is the drop chute for the witches. Oh my gosh, it's laggy. So many witches and redstone activating.
Where are you going now?
But yeah, that is and up here is my AFK spot for this farm. But yeah, guys, that is pretty much gonna be it for the world tour. I don't know too much else in the world that we haven't covered yet. So
Desert,
yeah,
villages.
Oh, my spawn. Okay, so we're now gonna apparently take a trip back to spawn so that we can cover something else with some villages that happen to be surrounding the spawn ocean. So bear with us here as we go very far over the 20-minute mark. I'm gonna try to get back to spawn ASAP. Okay, now they're not loading. This is bad. There it goes. Okay, see the sphere? I can get that. So yeah, we essentially need to get back to spawn now, because there's some villages that are around spawn that there was something that happened at. If the Golden Creeper was here, he could tell you about them, but he left in part 2, so sad to see him go, but...
Actually, he left at the after part 2.
No, he left during... He essentially left in the middle of part 2, after we played this game of Spleef. Right at the end of Spleef, actually.
Yeah.
So if we fly all the way back to the Nether Hub here, which I'm surprised this tunnel is actually loading well. Usually it doesn't. Also, by the way, guys, I tried Optifine at one point and it made this tunnel look like trash. So, I mean, Optifine, compared to what it looks like in the
I thought I loaded
Minecraft,
up fabric, but my
Optifine-
mods aren't working right now.
Did what?
I thought I loaded fabric up, but my mods aren't working right now.
So you press whatever
I pressed my thing and that doesn't work.
in the Nether probably. So
No,
here we are
I tried
at
in
one
the
of the
overworld at Gold Creeper's base.
so here is one of the villages. This village, not too special in particular, apart from the fact that it's at a desert where the Golden Creeper did a lot of sand mining at some point and emptied out a large chunk of this desert. Now, close by this this village, and I forget which direction. Oh, which direction am I facing? I'm facing east, so that's wrong. It's this direction. There is another village which has a way more historic, semi-historic at least, impact. Who is pretty close. I actually forget exactly where it is because I don't visit it often, but I remember it was like on the coast.
Negative 651, negative 79 something.
Come on, fly! I see burning mobs, so that's a good-ish sign. Hold up, let me get back to spawn. Oh, tilt. Okay, guys, I've got to love with you. I have no clue where I'm going here. I'm essentially trying to find spawn.
Gave you physical coordinates.
I'm just gonna search TP. There we go. That's better. Teleport to Jericho. Okay, explain.
Alright, so this is a, like, as you can see. This monthly, the premises, this claimed by me. We had a big war over here, of course, Gold Creeper tried to blow me up right here. Failed spectacularly. That's the thing, I think I had diamonds at the time, he was wearing solid iron.
Yeah, I think that's how it went down. I was in no way a part of this. So
actually, no, you were watching it, I swear.
No, I wasn't watching here. I was doing something else. I don't know what.
I feel like you were spectating.
And yeah, so yeah, that's pretty much it.
I climbed this base and now Gold Creeper was trying to camp in that tower right there. Didn't work. Just didn't work. He just failed that life. And
no,
then,
but yeah, guys.
as you can see, this right here, this wood is the remnants of National Rail that was going to be going here.
Yeah, but yeah, that's essentially all of the server that
outside of my sand desert, but that's just sand.
Yeah, but yeah, guys. So thank you all for watching. Hope you enjoyed the world tours. Please make sure to like and subscribe. Check out the Discord link in the description, and I will hopefully see you all in the final episode of Cool Craft. Bye.